Friday, May 2nd, 9:47. I'm heading to the golf course because I have a golf lesson. Only one, which is pretty nice. Good way to end the week, I feel. This is the first time that I'm recording throughout this week, which is a little unfortunate. I should have really started recording a lot earlier, but I did not. Once I showed up to the facility, once I showed up to work, I was just kind of just on go. I wasn't really worrying too much about the camera, which is not good. But as y'all can see, I'm recording right now. So yesterday was probably the busiest day so far this month. And I say that because I had 4 back-to-back private lessons. And then on top of that, I had 2 evening classes. Definitely the longest so far, but I need to get used to it because I know once the summer hits, it's gonna be a lot longer. When it comes to like private lessons, when it comes to like the regular classes, because in the summer, that's when we start morning classes and the evening classes. And now what I'm trying to do with the private lessons is have it, I guess, when I have free time or when I have blocks. And usually that's in between the morning and the evening classes. I know that the next couple months are going to be very busy, with just classes. And obviously through all of that, I do want to record as much as I can. Literally everything. I want to show you how busy it gets, the stress levels. I literally want to document how stressed I'm going to be. I want to document how like drained I'm going to be because I didn't do it last year, and I regret it because there were some days where I was just feeling like I can't do this anymore. There's some days where I was genuinely feeling like, bro, I can't, like there's no way. There's no way. I think what makes you a good business person or a good entrepreneur is managing your time and balancing that time. That's something that I'm still trying to learn a little bit more. I definitely feel like I got a lot better with it, but there's always room for improvement, always ways to improve. Kind of finding that balance. Like I said before, I want to be able to document this whole entire journey so that I can look back on it and see how far I've come and see how far I've grown the business. On top of that, grow the content creation because I love creating content. Some updates with the business. This week on Wednesday, I had 2 interviews, or I conducted 2 interviews for some new hires, which I thought went pretty well. I don't want to give so much detail because I don't know if they watch my YouTube videos or I don't know if they'll ever see my YouTube videos, but I don't want to go too in depth, but I'll say they were pretty well. I'm excited to see what the team looks like this summer. More people on board, more people on staff, which is obviously a good thing. I just finished a lesson that actually went very well. It was a 30-minute lesson, but he ended up paying for a 10-pack right on the spot, so that was good. I have to hop on a call with a golf brand, which I'm actually pretty excited for. Not too sure what this call is going to be about. I entered a competition and submitted a video for them, and I guess they liked it, so they wanted to follow up with a call. I didn't win the competition, unfortunately, but they wanted to follow up with a call, which is pretty cool. So not too sure what the call is going to be about. Just going to kind of go from there. All right, so we're in the call. Starts in 2 minutes. We're waiting for them. Got my notes app, or not my notes app, but hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Let's go. Oh, man.
How you doing? I just got off the call. That was a pretty cool call. Like, that was the first time I actually met with the guy that I was emailing back and forth with. So, dang, like, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I did feel a little bit nervous, so I'm definitely gonna chop that up. It's so crazy because, starting content creation and starting videos, even now, it's like, sometimes it feels like I don't know what I'm doing. It's crazy because you also don't know who sees your content. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody, any brand can see your content, and if they like it, it's a whole new opportunity right there. So, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. All right, I'm hoping y'all can hear me. So it is currently Saturday. Oh, I'm trying to open this window. I decided to take a day off. This week was pretty busy, so I wanted to take some time to kind of regroup and kind of do the things that I didn't really have time to do throughout the week, such as study for my PGA certification, get some stuff done with YouTube and content creation. What I ended up doing was just blocking off my calendar for today, for Saturday, so that I can take that day off. Honestly, that's one of the things that I really love about, I guess, running my own business and kind of being my own boss. I have that flexibility to kind of control my schedule or have a little bit more control of my schedule. I just wanted a kind of day to myself to kind of regroup because I feel like it's needed, especially like a very long week. And I'm kind of scared because sometimes if I don't do that, I feel like it's going to be easy to burn out. Gonna do some cleaning throughout the week. This room right here, y'all can't really see it, but it definitely got some clothes and all this stuff I got to put away, and some clothes that kind of just thrown around right now. So I'm gonna kind of clean up my space so that my headspace could be clean and I can kind of go throughout my day a little bit better, a little more productive. One thing I noticed about kind of taking a break is that I find it's so easy to get too comfortable or get lazy so fast. Like, I mean, it's 11:13. I feel like sometimes it's easy for me to get hard on myself because I feel like there's always something that I need to be doing. There's always something that I have to do. And if I don't do that thing, or if I don't get that thing done, then I just feel very unproductive. And I don't really think that's healthy. So I feel like right now I'm still trying to get into the process of being like, of understanding that it's okay to take a break. Right? I had a long week. It was very eventful. It was very packed. It was good. But I need to take that day off so that I can regroup and continue moving forward. Overall, solid week. I'm actually very proud of how the week went. In terms of like how the classes went, in terms of how the private lessons went. I'm actually really happy with the private lessons because that's something that I started recently. But yeah, obviously, like, with the height of the season coming now, winter's over, the warmer weather is coming. A lot more people are signing up for not only private lessons, but the group lessons, which is good. So season is going pretty well so far. It was funny because before the season started and as I was preparing for, the spring season, I was so nervous. I was so nervous on how everything was going to go. I was nervous that, you know, we weren't going to get enough enrollment or private lessons weren't going to go good. And I mean, we're still in the spring season. So far, we only did, the first month, but now we're heading into May. And, I'm still kind of nervous for, the summer, but I'm also realizing that I can only control the things that I can control. The things that I can't control, I have to understand that it's out of my control. Does that make sense? I feel like the way I said that in my head made so much more sense, but why even stress about it? Why even use that time and energy to stress about it if you have no control over it?
Finding balance is something I've struggled with for most of my life. From high school to college and now post grad, it's been a constant challenge. But if I've learned anything so far, It's that balance is essential to success. Whether it's content creation, building a business, staying healthy, or spending time with family and friends, without balance, something always gets left behind. Back in high school and college, being a student athlete forced me to learn that early. You couldn't just be good at one thing. You had to balance class, practice, workouts, travel, and somehow still find time to be a regular person. I didn't always get to experience college the way some others did, but I also know that's what I signed up for. Now, life feels even more layered. There's no coach or schedule telling me what to do, just me, my goals, and how I choose to chase them. I'm balancing more than ever. Creating content, running a business, staying healthy, being present with friends and family, and making time to reflect and reset. And I'll be honest, sometimes it feels like I'm spread pretty thin. One of my biggest fears is having to let go of something I love in order to make room for something else. Like if I had to stop creating content just to focus full time on the business. But I also know that it doesn't have to be one or another. It's possible to do both. It just takes structure, it takes discipline, it takes balance. Sometimes that means setting clear deadlines. Sometimes it means reminding myself that it's okay to take a real day off. And sometimes it means learning to be alone again. You see, since graduating, I spent more time by myself than I have in years. In high school, I was always surrounded by friends. In college, I had teammates, roommates, classmates. There was always someone around. And after graduation, I had the chance to travel and meet some incredible creatives, people who inspired me and reminded me why I love what I do. But once I got back home and shifted into building the business, things got pretty quiet. And now, most days, it's just me, planning, creating, figuring things out. It's a different kind of solitude, not lonely, but still something I'm learning to sit with. And while it's not always easy, I know it's necessary. Because this right here, this is where the foundation gets built. This is where that balance is tested the most. This season of my life feels like the beginning of everything. No more classes, professors, no more deadlines set by someone else. It's all on me now. And if I want to succeed, if I really want to build something meaningful, I have to find that balance. I have to make it work.